Welcome back, Course 2. Today we're going to be taking a look at Lesson 103, which has all kinds of great information. We're going to be talking about powers of negative numbers, dividing terms, and the square roots of monomials. All right, so first, let's take a look at the powers of negative numbers. We're starting on page 717. Now, if I have a number like negative 1 is equal to negative 1, right? But what if I have negative 1 times negative 1? Negative times negative is positive 1. What if I have negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1? Well, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And you'll see this continue to carry out. If I have a single negative, my answer will be negative. If I have an even number of negatives, my answer will be positive. So if I had negative 1 times 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 negative 1, okay? How many negatives do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is an even number, so my answer is going to be a positive 1. Okay? Now, we can apply that with exponents. So, for instance, if I had, let's say I have negative 2 to the fourth power. Well, negative 2 to the fourth power means I have 4 negative 2's. Negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, and negative 2. And if I'm multiplying all those together, negative times a negative times a negative times a negative will equal a positive because it's 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 2 is a positive 16. Okay? But what if I had negative 2 to the fifth power? Okay, well now that's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. And seeing that it's to the fifth power, that tells me that my answer is already going to be negative. And then I just have 2 to the fifth, which is 32. Okay? Next, dividing terms. Okay? So when I am dividing terms, let's take a look. If I have 4a to the third b squared divided by AB. Okay. When I'm dividing terms, just like I would reduce if I had, let's say, 8/12ths, and I can say, oh, what can go into 8 and 12? Well, 4 can go in here 2 times, and 4 can go in here 3 times, so this would be 2/3, right? Same thing up here. Let me break this out. 4 is 2 times 2 times A times A times A times B times B. And then on the bottom, I have A times B. So what can I cancel out top and bottom? Well, I can cancel one of the A's, and I can cancel one of the B's. So on the bottom, I'm left with really 1, or nothing. 2 times 2 is 4, and I got 2 A's, so A squared, and I got 1 B. So 4A squared B. Let's take a look at another one. 10a to the third bc squared, 10a to the third bc squared, divided by 8ab squared c. All right, so let's break this down. 10 is 2 times 5 times A times A times A times B times C, right? C squared B, A to the third. All right. Now, on the bottom, 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 times A times B times B times C. Okay? Now I look and see what can I cancel out. I can cancel a 2. I can cancel an A. I can cancel a B, and I can cancel a C. Now, what am I left with on top? 5a squared c. 5a squared c over, on the bottom I have 2 times 2, which is 4, b over 4b. And that's simplified. That's all we have to do. That's as far as we have to go. All right. Now, when we're talking about monomials that are perfect squares, if I have something like 25x squared, can I take the square root of that? Well, 25 breaks down to 5 times 5, right? And then x squared breaks down to x times x. So really I have 5x times 5x equals 25x squared. Another way I can look at this and see, is this a perfect square? Yep. 5 times 5 is 25. And is this a perfect square? Yep. X times x is x squared. So my answer would be 5x. So if I had, let's say I have 36x squared y to the 4th. Okay. What is 36 squared? No, that's 6. X squared would be x, right? X times x is x squared. And y squared times y squared would be y to the 4th. So this would reduce down and be a perfect square. Okay. What about this? 4x squared y. All right, 4 is 2 times 2. X squared is x. But y, can I break y down? No, I cannot, because it is an odd. It's like y to the 1st. And if this number is odd, I can't break it in half and have it be a perfect square. So let's look at one more like that. Let's say 49a squared b to the 6th c to the 4th. All right. Is 49 a perfect square? Yep, 7 times 7. A, b to the 3rd, right? b to the 3rd times b to the 3rd is b to the 6th. And c to the 2nd. 2 times 2 is 4. So this is a perfect square because it breaks down just like that. All right. As always, if you have any questions, please call, text, or email. Or you can meet me online live from 9 to 10 o'clock tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time.